Music One.
Welcome to the Womenify podcast, our first episode. So, we're just five glossy women who want to learn, have fun, share experiences, chat it up, and hopefully help you guys. I'm Liza. I am aka Cancer, the zodiac sign. I am 17 years old and I go to LIS. So, Libra's next.
I'm Margarita, aka Libra, and I also go to LAS. I'm 18 though. Next is Faustina.
My name is Faustina. I'm also known as Taurus, and I'm 17 years old.
No, go
Wait.
Samara. Samara's next.
My name is Samara. I'm 17 years old, aka Gemini, and I also go to LIS. Next is Leo.
So best for last. I'm Kathleen. I'm a Leo, and I'm 18 years old.
And she also goes to LIS.
Great. Okay, so today we're talking about body image because we feel like in these times, especially as young teenage girls, your body image is just all over the place, and social media does not help. So we're gonna get into it.
The survey on Instagram.
We're gonna start with the poll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And many people actually answered it. And so the first
Thank
question,
you for answering.
We love that.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
We truly
Yep.
appreciate it.
So the first question was, do you feel the images you post are the ideal representation of yourself? And it was 50-50, so 12 people said yes and 12 people said no.
What was the question?
Do you feel the images you post are an ideal representation of yourself?
I don't know. For myself, I think it's like, no, I'm not face tuning my face. If you see me in real life, that's what I look like. But I definitely pick angles. I know like what parts of my body I want to conceal, what parts I want to show. I know what poses make me feel the most comfortable. So it's like I'm not catfishing you, but I'm definitely playing up what I know looks best on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also feel like I want to show for some reason I want to show my best, like my best looks, I guess, on social media. I'm not sure if that's necessarily good or bad. But yeah, that's what I look for, and same as like not actually catfishing, but it's not what I actually look like.
I mean, it's what you look like. You mean you just know how to like use the camera in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. Like if you're doing it to show your confidence and show your best how do you say?
Self?
Like best self.
Yeah.
Assets.
So that's
assets. Yeah.
You're doing it like.
Yeah, I also feel like if you're not, it can help with your confidence because, I mean, it's still you. So, seeing you in your best version also helps boost that confidence. So I guess it could be considered a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Faustina, what do you think?
I feel like for me in the past, I did the same thing where it's like I'd post because I feel like that's what everybody else posts, like that's how everybody poses. But like now I'm starting to like post more of like feeling more comfortable, I smile more, I pose however I want to. I guess the fact that I also have like a private page now where I can just literally post anything, it's starting to open my mind more to like just doing whatever, posting.
I think I've always had a private page personally, so I've always been selective of who.
Oh, not private. I mean like friends only. That's what I meant.
Finsta.
My page also, yeah. My
Yeah.
also.
Do you think that you show like a more ideal representation of yourself when it's just your friends, but in your main page you're more like people? You just post pictures. You don't show your personality.
Yeah.
I feel like that's good though. Like that's fine. Some people are not comfortable doing that because there are some people that post like crazy videos of themselves on their main account, and it's like, wow, the confidence that you have is out of this room. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think for me personally, like stories, I don't like to post pictures of myself in my stories because it's like then it's like less more because before I post an actual post, I actually think about it. Sometimes I could have taken the picture like months ago, but I just never posted it because I was like, is this gonna work with the vibes of my Instagram? Do I really like this picture? Because it's like one day I could love it, and then I wake up the next day and I'm like, no, this isn't this. It's just ugly.
Dude.
Girl, that is so me.
All the time.
Like a few days pass and I'm like, why did I take this? Yeah.
Literally the posts, I archive so many pictures.
I'm so glad that added that the archiving thing. Dude, it saves me. I'm always archiving posts.
Yeah, same.
It's like when you stare at the picture for too long about when you're about to post it and you're like, it's not a good one. The more you look at it, the more you hate it. So, yeah.
Which I think is also kind of bad in a sense, which is like you start finding things that never were there in the first place, which is I think is what really having a negative body image is at the end of the day, you know? Like you're finding defects that sometimes if you ask another friend of yours, they'll be like, what are you even talking about? Like, I think this is so great on you. Like, it doesn't even make sense. So it's like picking out little things that don't actually really matter when you think about it.
Yeah. Mara, what's the second question?
Do you get judged by others because of your body?
We couldn't hear you.
Said yes, 27 said no.
What's the question? We couldn't hear you.
Do you get judged by others because of your body?
Yes.
Did people say yes or no?
70
like how many?
Yes, 27 said no.
Can't hear you.
73% was yes and 27% was no. So majority is yes.
Okay. I think that's definitely more of an internalized thought. I don't think people actually, when they look at your pictures, if you have like a bit of a fat like on the side, you know, I don't think people judge you for that. I definitely think that's an internalized struggle. Yeah.
I mean,
that you're not alone on, you know, I mean, we all feel that way, but I don't think it's the truth.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're constantly like putting these things in our heads. Sometimes I think like when I go out that these people are like looking at, oh, something that I feel uncomfortable with in my body. Like sometimes like my skin has broken out at this time. I look extremely pale and they're actually not even, they don't care. Like they just really don't. They don't.
And
yeah.
It's so weird.
Okay, now
Okay, but I was saying, especially because we live in like an, I don't want to say African country because it's not like we're the only ones, you know, but families play a huge role in this.
Definitely, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. They're always commenting on like every time they get to see us, they're always commenting on like they have to say either you got fatter or thinner. Like it's
it's one or the other.
Like, you want me fat? You want me thin?
Yeah,
my biggest thing
not that I care
is my skin tone. because I'm lighter.
Really?
I'm of a lighter skin tone compared to some people in my family. So they'll like call me mulata in this case, you know, like light skin, or they'll be like, oh my gosh, you really need to get tanned. And so I think growing up, having people constantly tell you this, like even until now, as much as I want to say I'm confident in my body, I still like anytime I get to tan, I go and do that because it's a true insecurity, which is like if I'm too pale, I feel like really insecure in myself. So
Even from me, especially for me, when I go to like Italy and like they're always commenting on the fact that I'm not supposed to look pale just because I live in a tropical country. So like it's always like high expectations, like, well, not high, but like they have certain expectations from me just because, for example, I live in this in a tropical place. So
Because it's coming from people that you don't like, from your family, people that you don't usually expect to judge you in that way or to judge you
mhm.
at all, especially if it's like really close family, not people, your aunt, your cousins, whatever, you know, like it hurts more to hear it from them. And I feel like that's the case for many people, which sucks. But yeah.
Okay, third question.
Are some images you post digitally altered?
I said already no. The most is like a filter, which I just take pictures on Fuji. So
Yeah, most people said no as well. So, but it's like fine to do it, you know. It's not like a bad thing. It's not right to Photoshop your body or your face or all that because of the way social media is gonna look at you. Like filters and all that, it's fine, but don't.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like it's wrong because you're giving yourself a wrong impression.
I don't
You're
even think
creating,
it's yourself. I think it's your followers, especially if you have a big platform. If we're moving to celebrities,
it's both, honestly.
yeah, because it's like here you are, the supposed role model, and it's like as much as I think you are allowed to do whatever you wish with your body, when you have a younger audience that can be easily influenced, when you're constantly face tuning yourself to make your nose look smaller, giving yourself a bigger butt or like abs, what example are you setting towards your fans? Because honestly, a lot of things I've noticed, especially in quarantine, is when I'm scrolling on TikTok, I find myself finding insecurities on myself that sometimes I would have never noticed. Like that's what social media can do to you because you see like, oh, this girl has like a small nose, or this girl has
Hmm.
abs. So it's like you feel like you need to be that way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You know those on your back, those rolls, what is it called?
Yeah, back rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw it. And then I was like, oh. And then I started looking at myself and it's just like wasn't a thing until people made it a thing. And
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
I think it's the fourth question. Yeah.
Okay.
Has social media impacted the way in which you see yourself? 93 said yes, 7 said no.
It's what Kathleen just said basically, like she saw it's like new things that you see and that you might not even know that they exist. And yeah, they make you see yourself as a different person, I guess.
Yeah, I just think like if you're changing for yourself and not for others, that's fine. But if you're changing
Yeah.
because of the way others want to be and you want to create that unrealistic character of yourself, you want to look like a Barbie, like don't compare yourself to celebrities. They have money, they do a bunch of plastic surgeries. They like you're not going to be like them. And I feel like a
And
lot of people try to be like their idols, you know? They want to look like who their idols are.
it's also what Liza said, like everybody on social media is trying to look like their best version, I guess, and like they choose the best what best what best shows them. So you're never gonna see somebody on their worst state on social media. And that's not probably that's not how they look on a daily basis. So
Oh, that's for sure.
yeah.
You see me every day compared to my Instagram. Jeez.
I was gonna say something. What do you guys think about TikTok and body image?
I think there's positives and I think there's negatives. I think it also depends on what side of TikTok you're on and what kind of content you're consuming, because you know your For You page is based on what you consume. But personally, I have a lot of body positive women that show up on my TikTok because, you know, I like that, like thicker girls. And I have a lot of black girls, so that, you know, they have curves and they have a booty and they're thick. But then there's also girls that have these insane bodies that I'm like, I need your ab routine, I need your skin routine. And it's like I'm clearly putting on these pressures, which is, it's like I'm not happy with where I'm at, and I'm doing it for somebody else, not necessarily for myself.
Yeah. And these pressures are like not only because you want to look like other women, but because of men as well. Like, one thing I have to say is
Yeah.
don't expect a girl to be the thick girl that you want her to be and not have a stomach or not have other like fat in other places. It's not realistic. Yeah, there's some people that have it. Well, it's either genetics or they go to the gym every day and like have a trainer. It's not just you stop eating and you're going to get the body that you want to get, you know? You got to like work hard for it.
Even ab workouts, like
Yeah,
I've
and also like
some and they just don't work for my body, and that's okay.
Dude, and the hip
yeah.
dips, it's ridiculous. Have you guys seen how many videos there are now? I didn't even know. Let me tell you guys that I figured out what hip dips were like in the beginning of this quarantine. And it's
Yeah.
Yes.
ridiculous to see
That's what I was
videos
talking about.
on
Yeah.
to get rid of hip dips when in reality it just has to do with your bone structure.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they make it seem like a bad thing.
And referring back to TikTok, like there's a trend where people like hold their shirts and like
Oh,
put the hourglass song or whatever and they're like whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like some
Oh no, yeah.
people you can see it. They're so skinny, you can see their bones. And I feel like there's so many kids on TikTok that are gonna start looking up to that, and it just creates more and more issues for those kids.
Yeah, it's especially for kids. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of kids like now on social media in general, especially TikTok. So yeah,
but I think it's
definitely.
so confusing because it's like, yes, you want the hourglass figure, but you also want to be a model. You don't want to be too tall, but you also don't want to be too short.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want a booty, but you also don't want thick thighs, but you want thick thighs. You want defined abs. Like it's such a confusing thing. Like there's no proper image, so it's like, what do I do? Like how do I figure this out? Was that all the questions?
Yeah, I think so. Um, oh, and then would you like some tips on how to deal with body image?
So I think what you need to like be very selective of who you're following, who you allow on
Yes.
your feed. Like for Instagram, for example, if I'm in if my mind isn't like in a very clear space and all I see is like models and bikinis and all of that, I will definitely quickly unfollow and just like focus on yourself. And I guess that's another one, but if y'all want to comment more on the first.
And sometimes it's really good to take a social media break. It's really good. It helps a lot with your mental state.
Yeah, I definitely do that a lot. I sometimes just I ghost. I just don't go on anything for a few days. And yeah, just do what you got to do to get back in the state that you want to be in. I think that's important.
I guess one I would say that works for me is affirmations. For a while, I like I thought it was just like, oh, this is not actually for real, like doing affirmations and stuff. But I think that writing stuff down or saying it back to yourself, or even having it as a screensaver. Like I recently put on a new screensaver that just, I think already when you see something new when you wake up, and it just puts you in a completely different mindset. So I think positive affirmations, kind of really anything that you can control in your life that can kind of help you lift yourself up, I think is a good idea. I think this is an important thing to talk about personally. So I've definitely seen this whole rating thing. And at one point, me and a few girls had to go to teachers and be like, this is a problem and we really can't stand this anymore, and do something about it because it's just so uncomfortable, at least in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's the problem? I didn't hear the word.
When boys rate you, like
Rating.
1 to 10.
Yeah. This happened to us actually. Funny story. We were in year 10, but I think it happened before as well. But like personally, I wasn't there. But it happened in like year 10, and there was a list that boys made on who's the hottest or stuff like that.
Oh,
And I was shocked. I was like, what is this? It was just so disgusting and objectifying. And
I don't think they
yeah.
realize how bad it is. Like they just think it's funny, you know.
and then it's crazy how sometimes they're like, oh, what are you complaining about? You're number one, or like it doesn't matter.
Ugh.
What do you mean? Like I don't care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me.
Period. Like you should not even have an opinion on my body. Like like who are you to comment on my body?
No,
Who are you? Nobody. You're nobody.
She says nothing.
I said yes.
100%. Literally, you don't have any, like, and a lot of times it's not even, no offense to guys out there, but it's not even like the top-notch guys and stuff. And this only makes your personality uglier to me. Like, you're just
100%
so more unattractive. Like, literally
totally unattractive.
Yeah,
it's like not your looks, dude. It's genuinely your personality. And a guy who has a good personality isn't out there rating girls and is hot. 10 out of 10. What a negative point. I should just start making lists about who's the hottest person in your school.
Yes.
How disgusting.
Yeah.
Don't rate us, Liza. 10 out of 10.
Like that's just so weird, bro. Like imagine sitting down right now and being like, oh, let's look at all the guys in our year and make a list. Do you see how ridiculous?
Yeah, that's weird. You can gossip, you can talk about it, but don't make a list. What is that?
Even rate.
So weird.
We don't like put a number to it because it's like I'm not an object for you to bring off.
Yes, that's so true.
Honestly,
I don't know. I just think women are so powerful. Like all the attention is always on us. Always on us. I really don't look at a guy and be like, today I feel like rating you because that's how obsessed I am with you.
Literally.
Never. Girls, we run this world. We run it.
We really do.
Okay, so I think we're gonna finish off. I hope this was helpful, guys. Girls, loves, whatever you wish to be called. We really hope this helps. We're excited to film a second episode. Stay tuned for more. And yeah, I don't know how we're gonna end all of these.
Oh, and suggestions. We want some suggestions of topics to discuss.
Let us know everything. Did you like this vibe? Anything else you want more? Check out our website. Keep checking out our Instagram. Share our page because we're trying to reach more girls and empower more girls. So it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how we're gonna finish these every time. We might have to figure this out as we go. But for now, I guess we're going to do our typical one, which we do on our blog all the time, which is XOXO. Glossy girls.
Stay glossy. Oh, whoops.
Faustina.